y'all, it's that time again. This is Chrissy T. I'm back with a recap of Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 5, Episode 21. This episode was good. It wasn't given much, but it did keep me entertained. So yeah, this review may not be long, but we'll see. So Safaree and Amara, honey, they are back at it again, shooting a very spicy video. Safaree lies to Amara and says that he misses her. And whatever he had going on with Eliza meant absolutely nothing. So Safaree, a couple episodes back, you sitting in front of Eliza's face telling her you're trying to build something with her. So is that something you say to someone who means nothing to you? Make it make sense, Safaree. And Amara seems as if she's falling for the okie doke. She considering taking Safaree back, talking about Safaree has to change some things about him before she can take him seriously. What is he going to change? A tiger doesn't change its stripes. It changes its prey. Safaree's not changing for anybody. He is who he is. And he has a way of manipulating these women. But it ain't hard to manipulate women who are desperate and thirsty. I'm sorry, ladies, but you are giving off the desperate and thirsty vibe. Anyone who messes with Safaree knowing his track history are desperate. Like, why? So Safaree continues to lie and tells Amara that, he's willing to go that extra mile for her because she's worth it. But he pursued Erica Mena so hard. I mean, this man went after this woman, borderline stalking. And once he got her, look what he did. So Amara, run for the hills and please use Erica's experience with Safaree as a cautionary tale. Run far away from this man. He means you no good at all. And the fact that you're reconsidering being with him after he was with your friend, like, what is wrong with you, girl? Now, most of us women, some of us have been stupid for a man, but I would never consider taking a man back that fucked my friend. That wouldn't even be an option. Like, why? Meanwhile, Shay across town gossiping about her mother and her brother to Fabo. She tells Fabo that nobody knows they're back together and that her mother made her promise not to get back with Fabo. Now, girl, why would you go back and tell Fabo what your mom said, knowing that they don't have the best relationship? This only going to make him dislike her even more. Girl, shut up. She tells Fabo too much. And she tells her family too much and then get mad when they're in the business. So she's telling Fabo that she did, in fact, ghost Estelita because she missed her daughter's birthday party. What? So she's mad at Estelita for missing the birthday party. Mind you, Fabo showed up 5 hours late. She can forgive him for that. And she forgave him the same damn day. He disrespects your mama, cussed her out numerous times. She can forgive him, but you can't forgive Estelita for missing your daughter's birthday party. I mean, did she have an excuse? Was it an emergency? I mean, what is it? I think it's dumb that she could, forgive Fabo with all his disrespect, but not Estelita. The surface level friendship this cast has is pathetic. Anyway, Shay is telling Fabo that she's throwing a dinner party to celebrate her business. And she's going to use that opportunity to let everybody know that she and Fabo are back together. Not only that, let me mention that when Shay was in the hospital suffering her miscarriage, Fabo was nowhere to be found. I think he showed up the next day. You can forgive him for all these things he's doing to you, but you can't forgive Estelita for missing one birthday party. So let me remind you, that's the only thing that Estelita did to Shay to cause her to just throw away their friendship. That's it. She didn't talk about the girl behind her back. Well, until recently. She didn't sleep with her man. She missed one goddamn birthday party and Shay just said to hell with her. Meanwhile, Amara, Brooke, and Eliza, they're all catching up. And Amara and Eliza are back friends. It couldn't be me. Eliza says she could never forgive Safaree, but what did he do besides tell you the truth? He told you that him and Amara were not dealing with each other, which was true. So she's trying to find every reason in the book to take responsibility off herself and place it on Safaree. Now, Safaree was dead ass wrong for even thinking of sleeping with his ex-friend. It was wrong. But Eliza, you wrong too, girl. Take some responsibility. Granted, she did apologize to Amara, but she's still trying to blame Safaree. So I don't feel, in my opinion, I don't feel that she's taking full responsibility, which she should. Okay, stop pointing the finger at Safaree because you decided to fuck Safaree. He didn't make you. You decided. It was your choice. So then she tells the ladies that she had to kick her 19-year-old daughter out of the house because she was arrested for stealing. Now, I've never understood parents kicking their teenage daughters out of the house. I'm not judging Eliza for doing it, but I just can't see myself doing it. And I don't understand parents that do it. I do think there's other solutions to, of getting through to your kids, and kicking your kids out should not be an option, in my opinion. Unless your life is in danger, then now, yeah, kick their ass out. And for the parents who do kick the kids out, does it produce the results that you want once they come back in? Are they better children then? I mean, what does it do? And how does it make you feel? Are you more worried about that? I would be worried sick about my kids being out on the streets. I would be worried. Now, I would send them, with my sister, a best friend, but out in the streets, I can't do that. Later on in the episode, Eliza is looking for a new home and she wants her daughter to move back in order to rebuild their relationship. So her daughter agrees to move back in only on one condition. She can't kick her out anymore. So her mother says that, she did apologize for kicking her daughter out, but she says she doesn't like her boyfriend. And she's blaming the boyfriend for getting her daughter locked up. And her daughter is saying, that the boyfriend is misunderstood. She doesn't know him, and she's judging him based on that one incident. And I think her daughter is into this relationship because it gives her what she thinks is love, because she didn't get that from her mother. In fact, she told her mother that she felt abandoned. And Eliza agrees that maybe kicking her out was a little bit overboard, but your daughter says she feels abandoned. So please listen to that and hear it. And I get it. Eliza was a teen mom herself, but you're not a teen mom now. You're a full-grown woman. Listen to your daughter. She feels abandoned. Just listen to her and be there for her. Because the love she didn't get from you, she's seeking it from outside sources. And kicking your kids out, I think that's some form of trauma, in my opinion, because it can lead to being feelings of rejection and abandonment, like her daughter said. But Eliza think it's a form of tough love. I never understood that either. I'm going to have to do some research on that because I don't know what that is. Because tough love shouldn't be traumatic. And also in prior episodes, her daughter said that she was never there for her. She said that her mother was just out and about living her life as if she didn't have any kids. Out chasing penis. But on the bright side of things, Eliza does want to mend their relationship. And I'm rooting for y'all, and I hope y'all do have that bond that mothers and daughters should have. So meanwhile, Amara is meeting up with Alan, who's the father of her twins. He hasn't seen the twins since they were 4 months old. So when he gets there, he picks up the kids and have the nerve to ask Amara to take one as if he has a bag full of groceries. Those are your kids. You hold them. So Amara wants Alan to be a part of his daughter's life. Alan wants to be a part of the kid's life. The thing is, Amara is in Miami and Alan is in the DR. So he's saying that he wants the kids to visit his part of the family and he wants them to come to the DR. So Amara is a little hesitant at first because these are two toddlers to take on a 17-hour plane ride. That's a bit much for two toddlers. Amara, you knew this man had a family in the DR prior to you having these kids. But he did tell her he was leaving the wife, but he never did, as we can see. Not to mention, Amara, this is a former friend of your ex. I just wanted to throw that in there. So Amara, I can't feel bad for you, baby. I feel bad for the kids. But I can't feel bad for you because this was a married man with a family already in the DR. So later on in the episode, we see Amara telling Brooke that she's thinking about having the kids' birthday party in the DR. So Brooke take it upon herself to suggest that Amara should turn it into a girls' trip. No, she shouldn't. This trip is about her kids, not the girls. So at first, Amara disagrees, but then she starts to be optimistic about it, saying that she didn't want Shay to come if it does turn into a girls' trip. She doesn't want Shay to come, but she's okay with Eliza coming, who slept with her ex. So what did Shay... What's the beef between Amara and Shay? I don't know. I mean, I remember them blasting each other on social media, but Shay didn't sleep with Safaree like Eliza did. I'm just saying. So Shay has her celebration of her business party. And during dinner, she rubs it in her mother's face that she and Fabo are back together. Shay, your mother is not your enemy. Okay, and that was totally out of line. And me and Fabo are back together. Girl, bye. Her mother and her brother are not excited that Shay is back with Fabo. So in walks Gaelle. She prances on in. And before she could even sit down, she starts the mess. And she asks Shay how was her relationship with Fabo, because a few days ago she told them she was done with Fabo. So Shay says everything is good. And in fact, they're trying to have a baby. But Shay, you were just pregnant last month. You had a miscarriage. You said you wasn't sure if you wanted to keep the baby. So now she does, in fact, want a baby. Okay. So Gaelle was like, well, doesn't he have a fiance? Now, Shay said that was last year. Now, listen, did she admit that she was dealing with him when he had a fiance? Because she didn't deny it. So, honey, Gaelle wasn't done there, honey. She finished Shay off. And she told her mother that that Shay had to use voodoo in order to get Fabo back. Honey, listen. So at this point, Shay like, listen, I had enough. Get this lady out of my party. But Gaelle refused to leave. So her mother, obviously embarrassed and uncomfortable, she gets up and she leaves her damn self. So Shay decides it's her turn to call somebody out. So she decides to let everybody know that Gaelle slept with her sister's husband. So at this point, MJ gets up and he follows behind his mom. Shortly after, Estelita pulls up and welcomes herself to the party. I think, was she invited by Bobby or Shay's brother? Anywho, she decided to join the party. And Shay is not happy to see her, and she asks MJ to escort her to the door. And she says if there's a problem, then you could leave with her. So Shay is still holding this grudge because Estelita did not show up to her daughter's first birthday. So she can forgive Fabo for cheating and disrespecting and all that other stuff, but she can't forgive Estelita for missing one party. So they going back and forth. Shay being more hyped than need be, because I feel like Estelita came in, with an agenda, but at the same time, she kept her cool. Shay was doing way too much. So as they going back and forth, Shay says the most insulting, disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. She told Estelita to go suck her daddy's peen. Now, I was taken by surprise because at first I'm like, I hope she's talking about her sugar daddy. But he's deceased, so she can't be talking about him. So if y'all remember, Estelita did open up when she was on the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta about being assaulted by her dad. And for Shay to go so low and say that was disgusting. And now that I think about it, she had to be talking about her dad, because the way Estelita responded was she was pissed and triggered. Shay, I'm disappointed that you would go so low. Yes, they were both going back and forth, but Estelita didn't insult you and she didn't hit below the belt. That what you said was disgusting. So y'all, that is the end of this episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.